So how do I build a co-living portfolio? If I want to jump in the co-living space as an investor, how do I build a portfolio with co-living only? Of course, as you always know, they say never just invest in one arena. So you want to mix your money up. You want to do some regular rentals, some Airbnb, and maybe some co-living. But I feel like the co-living space is so solving the affordable housing problems that I feel like a co-living portfolio may not be a bad idea. And you may want to have a big one based upon the location. That's what's going to determine where you're going to put it. You don't have to have all of your co-living portfolio in the same state or in the same area. You could mix it up. You definitely want to mix it up for sure. I have one investor that has over 1,000 rooms in the co-living space in Tampa, and he's doing that with 20 individual properties, right? So he got it, and he didn't just buy them all at one time. Okay, this is over a course of time. But this was an investor that was doing the BRRRR method a lot. And after a while, he realizes that the BRRRR method wasn't really working, right? Because it was too expensive to purchase the property and to rent it out regularly and to refinance it to get into another avenue. So what he did was he was like, you know what? Let me try one property with this co-living module. So instead of renting out a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom to one tenant, I'm going to convert the 4-bedroom into 7 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and I'm going to rent them out through co-living, and he used PodSplit as the platform to help him to get them rented. The property was located in Tampa, very close to Busch Gardens. So, you know, Busch Gardens is a big employer. So what happened is his first few members, remember we call them members and not tenants. So his first few members were actually employees working at Busch Garden. So he knew he was onto something. So we end up getting 4 different properties in and around the Busch Garden area, and then he started to extend out. He has properties close to Tampa General Hospital. He has properties close to universities in Tampa. And then he ventured out into the Riverview, Gibson Town area. Then he started over into Citrus Springs. Then he went over into Inverness. So he's just been spreading his wings. But the one thing that he did was making sure he was in an ideal location. If you stick around to the end of this video, guys, I promise you I have a serious surprise for you. I have a gift for you at the end that you will absolutely love. Stick around to the end to find out what that is, okay? And I will remember to mention it. Because I did a video one time and I said that and I forgot to mention it. But I have a surprise for you at the end. And if this is your first time watching this video, guys, me and my team would love to help you start your first co-living or expand your co-living portfolio. Our information should be somewhere here. Just schedule a call with us, a Zoom call preferably, and we'll walk you through the ideal location for the Central Florida area for co-living. It's still very kind of new to our area somewhat based upon the location, but this is something that we love to do because we want to solve, as realtors, we would love to solve the affordable living crisis that's going on in our area. So let's start building out our co-living portfolio. The first thing we want to do is we want to get our first property. The first property is going to be between 1,500 to 2,200 square feet. We want to buy something with a minimum of 3 bedrooms to start off with. So maybe 3 to 4 bedrooms, then we'll add more rooms to it. We want to be in a CD location, you know, like a rating of a C or a D location. We want to be in a commuter-friendly location that has access to public transportation, whether it be buses or train. We want to find out what is the ideal employer for that particular location. Who is the ideal employer? Is it Amazon? Is it Walmart? Is it Costco? Are we near a hospital? We want to be near a hospital. We want to be near also a senior living center if possible, because a lot of seniors are also looking for rooms to rent, and they don't necessarily want to be in a living facility. They want to be independent, but maybe they can't afford to live by themselves or rent a whole home by themselves. So that's also something to look into. Close to a college, super duper important, because college students don't necessarily want to live on the dorm. And believe it or not, not all colleges offer a dorm. So that may be a good idea. Also, what about colleges or even learning centers, even learning institution, like maybe there's a school for plumbing or a school for air conditioning, or, you know, schools that do hands-on training. You could be close to a location like that as well, because people are going to want somewhere to stay. Maybe it's a cuisine school where people are going to school, but they still want somewhere affordable to live. So location is going to be very key in building out our portfolio. We got a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. We're checking out the home. We realized we could convert a living room and a family room into 2 extra bedrooms. We realized we could also convert the 2-car garage into 2 other rooms with possibly a bathroom in it. We realized we have an oversized laundry room, so we could split the laundry room and put another bathroom somewhere in that area. And then we want to take out the laundry that they have there and put a coin-operated washer and dryer. So that's cool. Maybe we have an oversized dining room or huge dining area, so we could probably split that into another room and then we definitely want to have a kitchen and a little dining area, but we don't need a huge dining area, so maybe we could split that up as well. Here is what we want to make sure. We want to make sure each room can at least fit a queen bed. We cannot rent a twin bed. We don't want to rent a twin bed or a full bed. We want to have at least a queen bed. So each room needs to fit a queen bed. Each room needs to fit a desk and a chair. That's going to be core important. Queen bed, a desk and a chair, and a dresser or a chest of drawer is something that must happen in every bedroom. Queen bed, chest of drawer, desk and chair. We can always mount a TV on the wall, a 32-inch TV at a minimum on the wall. We have to decide if we want to give a refrigerator, a small mini fridge, and a microwave in the room or not. If you're going to offer a mini refrigerator and microwave, you want to make sure that's checked when each member is moving in or moving out. So if it's destroyed, because that becomes an issue, a lot of investors are like, we don't like dealing with the refrigerators because they become an issue. They can only become an issue if somebody mess with them. And the way to cut down on that is each member obviously is going to pay a deposit when they rent the room. So they rent the room and you're like, okay, the refrigerator work, the microwave work, you're moving in here. They spend 3 to 6 months in the room. Now they're moving out. You got to go make sure you check that it's still working, right? You also want to have a ceiling fan, especially if they don't have their individual AC, split AC. So if they're not controlling their own air in their room, they want to have a ceiling fan. Even the rooms that you have a split AC in that they're controlling their own AC, you want to make sure they give a ceiling fan because you're paying the utilities, by the way. So in the co-living space, you're the one paying all the utilities. You're paying the electric. You want to make sure you have high-speed internet. At least 1 gigabyte is required by Pad Split if you're going to be using their platform. But remember that a lot of people are working remotely and they're going to want to have Wi-Fi in their rooms and adequate Wi-Fi for everything. So based upon the size of the home and size of the property and how many bedrooms you're having, the more bedrooms, the more members you're going to have in there, the more people are going to be pulling on the Wi-Fi. So you want to make sure that you have good Wi-Fi. Can't stress that enough. That's super important. In the kitchen, each person needs to have their own cabinet space, whether it be their own pantry or their own cabinet. You need to have locks on these doors so they're assigned. So bedroom 1 as cabinet 1, bedroom 2 as cabinet 2, because they want to be able to put their stuff in the kitchen and nobody uses it at all. Each video I go over the kitchen appliances because these are super important. In the kitchen, you want to have a stove, not a glass top, not a glass top at all, but electric coil, electric stove. The refrigerator should not have ice and water dispenser because that breaks down a lot. You want to also make sure you do not have a garbage disposal because those break down way too often. And you do not need a dishwasher because nobody renting a room is going to be doing a whole load of dishes. So they're going to be running your dishwasher with maybe 1 cup and 1 plate and a fork. And you don't want that. Take the dishwasher out altogether. You don't really need that. So that's kind of the configuration of the home. If you're able to give anyone their own bathroom, that's a plus. It's not necessary, but that's definitely a plus. So that way they're not being shared. Based upon the amount of bedroom and bathrooms you have, you might need someone to come in and clean every other week or once a month. This is going to be determined by how much of local area do we have, right? What's the main core, the kitchen? How many people are sharing bathrooms? If you have 9 rooms and only have 3 bathrooms, that is going to require a weekly cleaning from your cleaner because 9 people sharing 3 bathrooms, that means there's 3 bedrooms per 1 bathroom. You're going to have a mess. So you're going to have to factor that in. So definitely want to make sure that you are doing cleaning based upon the amount of rooms and bathrooms that you have for the common areas. Let's talk about parking. You cannot be in an HOA. No HOA for co-living. Co-living, HOA, they don't work together. So no HOA. You also want to make sure the community that you pick or the property you pick has no restrictions on overnight street parking. Maybe it's not an HOA, but maybe the city does not want overnight street parking. This do happen in a few areas, so you want to make sure you check that there is no overnight restrictions on that. Now, as you're building out your portfolio, you want to start out, if you're just starting out, you may want to start out with just one home. You buy a home, you have a 4-bedroom. Let's see if we could probably create 2 to 3 more rooms in this 4-bedroom home, right? So we already have 4 existing. Can we split one of the bedroom? Can we add another bathroom? Can we convert the garage? Is there a big family room, living room? Can we convert those? Are we going to give backyard access? If there's a sliding door and we're going to take the door out and make it into an entrance into one of the rooms, are we going to give another entrance somewhere else so they could access the backyard? We do not want any pools. Pools is a problem. That's a nightmare. No pools. Do you have enough space in the backyard to build an additional dwelling unit, an ADU back there maybe? How many people could park on the driveway? Are you going to give a premium for the people that could park on the driveway as opposed to people that has to park on the street? Or is it going to be a first come, first serve? If you come and there's a free parking spot on the driveway, just park in the driveway. You're going to have to make sure you tell your members do not block the driveway, obviously, because people are parking on it. Do you have enough space on the yard to create additional parking space because you want to be nice, right? So do you have enough space that you could put more additional parking space on the property so people could park more? And are you going to assign the additional parking per room, or is it going to be a first come, first serve? These are something you got to figure out as you go along, and we will also help you with that as well. Once you have that situated and you start to rent it, and if you're new, I'm going to suggest you start using Pad Split. Pad Split is a platform that you could use to get your rooms rented. They know that these people are members. They collect the fee weekly and not monthly, and that way you don't have to go run somebody down. Oh, it's the end of the month, you didn't pay. They find that people, when they get their paycheck at the end of the week, it's easier for them to pay weekly. You want to make sure you have a smart lock on every single bedroom and on your main entrance as well. If they don't pay, you change the code. You also want to make sure there's a lockbox on the property with the additional key for the smart lock in case the code doesn't work. Once you give the code out for that lockbox and somebody uses it, because let's say their key didn't work, their code didn't work, so they have to go get the key from the lockbox. Once that member move out, you want to make sure you change the code on that lockbox because now they have it. You don't want them to have access to the lockbox to go in there and get the key and go into the room anyway, okay? Now, if you're just starting off and you're like, you know what, I don't want to get a house to add more rooms. I just want to have a co-living home. We do have a builder that builds co-living property. And if you have your own land, you'll build on your land. If you don't have your own land, they have land available that they could build a co-living property for you. And they're building it for co-living only. So they're building 4 to 6 bedrooms. Each bedroom is going to have its own bathroom. Each bedroom has its own entrance. Each bedroom has its own split AC. The kitchen area, as each bedroom has its own pantry in the kitchen. There's a dining area and there's a laundry room. For me, the ideal co-living would be to rent the rooms furnished. People do better in a furnished bedroom. You want to make sure you have a nice mattress, guys. Memory foam. Go to Amazon. You can get these mattresses from $300 to like $450 per mattress. It makes every sense in the world because it gives them comfortable sleeping. You can provide pillows, you can provide sheets and comforters, or you could have them bring their own. To me, the more furnished, or from what I've seen, the more move-in ready the room is, the easier it is to rent. So if you're providing the sheets, the blanket, the pillows, pillowcases, that would be an ideal room. You definitely will get that room rented. So this builder that is creating these different co-living homes that they're building, they're giving all the pluses. They're giving everything except the furniture. So once you buy the property from them, you could build it from scratch. It takes them 6 to 9 months to completely build it out. Once you get that done, then all you got to do is close on the property and put the furniture in it. It does come, the builder does give appliances except for the washer and dryer. And the reason they don't give the washer and dryer is they don't know if you want to have a regular washer and dryer or if you want to do a coin-operated washer or dryer. Now, if you want more details, you want to get into the nitty-gritty of this, be sure to schedule a Zoom call with me and my team so we could go over with you everything that you'd need to know or do to create the perfect co-living environment for your members. Now, remember, I promised a secret at the end of the video, and here's the secret. If you are from out of state and you want to come into the Orlando area, the Central Florida area, to explore what we have to offer for co-living, what are the co-living opportunities, what locations you'd be picking, what does that look like, we will offer you a free stay for the weekend. So all you got to do is book your ticket, arrive at the airport, and you could rent a car or take an Uber or Lyft, to the location that we're going to pick for you. You're going to be in that location for the entire weekend. And we will pick you up, drive you around, show you everything you need to see. Once you're done, you just take your car back to the airport or do an Uber or Lyft back to the airport, and you're back to your state. So if you're out of state and you want to explore co-living opportunities in the Orlando area, we will put you up for the weekend, guys, at our expense. All you gotta do is get to the property. We'll put you up at our expense. You could bring your family in. You could bring your other investors in. We will put you up in a pool home, a home with a pool, furnished with everything is in there for you to explore, for you to stay, and then you'll be able to explore the community, explore the area. So that's the secret. I'm giving you an opportunity at the end of the video. If you want to build your co-living portfolio and you want to do it in the Orlando, Tampa, Citrus Springs, Inverness, Port Charlotte area, any of those areas, we will give you free housing to come in for the weekend and check it out at our expense. You just got to get to the property and get back to the airport. We will drive you around. How cool is that? Make sure you reach out to us. Just got to give us a call, set up a Zoom call. We'll go over all the opportunities that are available in our area. We will show you homes that you could buy and just add more rooms to it. Or if you want to build from scratch, or if you want to build, maybe buy a fixer-upper and completely renovate it and do the BRRRR method on it, where you could buy it, renovate it, rent it through co-living, and then repeat, because this is exactly how we're going to build a portfolio. We are there for you. Now, one more thing. Lastly, if you are doing the BRRRR method in the co-living space, the one thing you don't want to do is put bathrooms, too many bathrooms in every room. Because let's say you renovate and you have 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. When the appraiser comes in, they're going to have an issue figuring out what's going on. I'm sorry, you're going to have 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. What you're going to do is not put closets in 2 of the bedrooms. So you could say it's a 4-bedroom, 6 bathrooms with a den and an office space. Why? The appraiser is able to appraise it better. Just don't put a encased closet in every bedroom. Just do like 4-bedroom with encased closet, like regular closets. 2 of the other bedrooms you could put temporary closets in. That way, after the appraisal, that way when they come into appraise, they see a 4-bedroom home with 6 bathrooms, with a den, and with an office. They're able to commute that better. Because let's face it, co-living is still not on the hardcore market as yet. There's still people getting into it, and the idea is still catching along or going along. So the appraiser is used to appraising a traditional home, a 4-bedroom home or a 5-bedroom. So when you're doing that, just make sure you don't have encased closet in every bedroom. Leave 2 of the bedroom without an encased closet. That way, when the appraiser goes in there, they do not give you an issue. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We appreciate you. If you have any questions, if you want to go in the co-living space and you're like, okay, I need to ask some more questions, I need to get in the nitty-gritty of it, feel free to schedule a Zoom call with us. Our information should be below. I'll see you on the next one.